Okay, so if you just want to start by introducing yourself, kind of who you are and what you do.
Should I just say like hi?
Yeah. Just go with whatever.
This is so weird. Hello, my name is Jay. I'm Jay Celandine on Instagram. I've been doing fashion for a while and slowly starting to get into other fields. Yeah.
So do you are you at Plymouth Uni or the college?
No, I'm at Plymouth University at the moment. Yeah.
What are you studying?
I finished my bachelor's in accounting and finance.
Oh,
has nothing
not
to
creative
do.
at all.
Yeah, has nothing to do with what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And now that I'm done, I came back because I felt like I wasn't done with university yet. I liked the university life, so I was like, I'm gonna come back. And I came back to do masters in management, and yeah, I'm here.
And you're here now.
I'm almost done.
Yeah, almost done. So when do you go back to Egypt then?
I'll be going back in July. Yeah, that's when I'm done with my with all the work and stuff. So July.
There's a lot of deadlines at the moment then.
Yeah.
Busy time.
Yeah.
So how do you find like living in Plymouth? Have you lived anywhere else in the UK or
No,
been
actually, I only came here to study. Sorry. I only came here to study. So when I first came, I didn't realize, I didn't have like a culture shock because I didn't really live in Egypt. I'm from Egypt. I was born there, and then I moved to Kuwait. And when I was in Kuwait, I went to school there, and I went to an English school, like a fancy private one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had like all my teachers were English. All my friends, I had a mix of friends, like a diverse group of friends, and so when I came here, I didn't expect a culture shock. So I didn't really I wasn't scared or intimidated by anything. It wasn't like a complete different change, or it was a change, but I was, I expected it,
Yeah. Was the school kind of like a stepping stone that kind of
I
bridged
guess
the gap?
so. Yeah, definitely. I knew the culture from there. I grew up almost like people here, like with the same nursery rhymes, with the with the same kind of growing up culture, same cartoons, same everything. So when I came here, it wasn't like that big of a deal. What shocked me was how much it rains.
Oh yeah.
I knew it was rainy. I just didn't know rain can happen that often, like on a daily basis. That was interesting. And then I realized why there's a stereotype about English people talking about the weather, because you actually have to talk about the weather.
I know. It's like, it's so bad. Especially in Plymouth, I think rain's a
and
big
it's so
problem.
bipolar. Like one time it's sunny, the next hour it's raining, and then it's sunny again, and you're like, what do you wear?
Yeah, exactly. Today was like that, and well, just the last few like month or so, we had the like big like mini heat wave, I guess, in like February.
The heat wave in February was interesting.
It's just been a bit crazy, really. But I can imagine. I guess Q8 was.
It's always sunny, and when it's winter, it's cold. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no like spring or autumn or
no in
between. Like that. No.
Yeah, it's been. I guess we don't really have seasons here.
Yeah.
As much like separated, but it's all kind of merges into one.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
So, creatively, what are you doing at the moment? Like, what sort of work are you working on?
When I started this, I didn't know it was gonna be like that. I'm like kind of held back because of uni at the moment. I think if I didn't have uni in the way, I would have done way more. But I'm gonna I'm finishing soon, so hopefully I'll focus more on that. But when this started, it didn't start like, I want to do fashion or something like this. I did art in school, and I always liked art, and I did art textiles for IGCSEs, which is the equivalent of GCSEs. And I did art all the way throughout school. I was really interested in fashion. I was considering going into fashion, and then I changed my mind. I was like, no.
What made you change?
Culture.
Yeah.
Culture. Yeah. It's not the art and creative side is not really that acceptable yet in the Middle East, but it is getting there. Definitely, it's getting there. The only problem I would say, like there are a lot of creative people and it's crazy, it's just you always need a backup, and the backup should be something like, I don't know what you call it, like sciencey or...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Something more typical, like
basically.
accountancy, finance,
exactly.
lawyer, doctor, whatever.
Engineer, all that stuff. Yeah. So I just changed my mind and decided to do accounting.
Yeah.
So it can be my backup, and then I'll do the creative side on the side.
Yeah. That's like the... I guess that's like sort of the path a lot of people take. I guess. Is there a lot of pressure from like your parents? I guess.
No, actually, when I was deciding to do fashion, I wanted to go like to New York. You know, it's the only thing I know about fashion. It's like if you want to do fashion, you're in New York. And I was like, I talked to my dad. I was like, I'm thinking of going there and all that. And then he was like, well, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. My mom had a very hard time accepting that.
Yeah.
She was like, no, I want you to be a pharmacist. I want you to be a doctor. I was like, I'm not doing anything to do with science. I just can't. I know where my weaknesses are and my strengths. So I was like, I'm not doing science at all. And then, the story of me coming here was so long. Like,
go for it. We've got time. We've got time.
I decided... At first, I was like, I'm going to do fashion. And then when I thought about it, I was like, it's kind of risky. And I don't really want to go live alone in New York because, I don't know, I had friends who were living there and they were like, no, it's just, you need a group of friends at least.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not ready to be like completely on my own in such a big city. So I was like, no, I'll pick something nice. And then at first I considered Egypt. I was like, I'll just go back to Egypt then. At least I have family there. I have like people there, friends. So it's not really starting over. And I also always wanted to go back to Egypt anyway because I never really got the chance to be fully Egyptian.
Yeah.
Because I didn't grow up in Egypt.
Okay. Do you remember anything from Egypt?
Yeah, of course. Like I'd go every summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
but it's like I still missed out. So I wasn't like in the Kuwaiti culture, and I wasn't in the Egyptian culture. I was in between. I was always in between. Yeah. So I just wanted to be like, more Egyptian, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to go back. That's the best choice I have right now. So I go back. I apply to the like top 10 universities in Egypt. And then I wait for a very long time, 3 months, to get a reply or something like you're rejected or accepted or anything. But it was just exhausting. They don't reply as fast. And it took them such a long time to do it. It was like peak times, everyone's applying and all of that. So, I traveled back to Egypt so I can talk to them face to face, went to all the unis. I was like, what's going on with my work? Like, what's up with my application? And they're telling me like, you're going to have to wait till January to enter because we're fully like, we're just full for this semester and stuff. You're going to have to enter the January semester. So I got kind of upset about that because I went through so much to get through my IGs and AS level, so I was kind of like really angry and really upset. So I went home. I was like, you know what? They're not appreciating like all the effort that I've put. And my dad's just like, wait till Jan. And I'm like, no, all my friends are already in uni. I'm the only one staying at home. And I'm not the type of person that like I can sit and do nothing. Like that's not me. I need to be constantly doing something. So I told my parents, like they saw how upset I was. And when I was in IGs, I had like, because of the pressure of IGs, I got into a OCD phase. And it got so bad. I actually went and saw a doctor about it and was on medication for a year and it went crazy only because of the pressure of exams. Since then, I was like, I promised myself, uni and school is not that worth it. It's not worth it to destroy like your mental health. So when they saw me upset, they were afraid that would happen again. So my dad was like, would you like to go abroad? And And I was like, of course,
Yeah.
please. And then he was like, okay, what do you think of Cardiff University? And then I was like, I don't know where that is. Let me check it out and I'll get back to you. I think he had some of his friends' sons who were in that university.
Yeah.
So that's the only university he knew. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out and I'll see. I look at a couple of unis and I didn't really like Cardiff University. It looked like Harry Potter. Like, it's so old style. And I'm just like, oh.
You want something modern.
Yeah, I want something a bit more fun, you know? It looks a bit more modern and stuff. So I started looking into modern universities. And yeah, Plymouth popped up. And then I started getting YouTube ads about it.
The algorithms,
it's following me everywhere. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. So I just tell him, I want to go to this uni. It's next to the sea.
Yeah. I guess that's the one thing going for Plymouth, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And and then I came here. I emailed them. It took them a week to reply. I was like, wow,
much
that's
quicker.
amazing.
Yeah.
I was so surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, really? I was expecting like a long time. But yeah, they replied within a week. And in January I was here. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So was it this January you came?
No, that was 2016.
Oh, 2016. Then you did 2 years.
2 years and a half.
2.5 years.
I did, because I entered in Jan, so I had to stay the summer for my first year.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like fast track.
Yeah.
But not really.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I finished last August and continued in September.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you like it here in Plymouth?
I do. I love Plymouth. It became my second home now. So I have a couple of homes, as you can tell.
Yeah. Already. Just add to the list.
Exactly. So I really like it here. I always wanted to go to a uni next to the sea. Like, it was always a dream since I was a kid. Yeah. So it's like a dream come true.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Nice. So did you? I saw you online that you started sort of your own clothing line.
Yeah.
Did you start that recently?
Yeah, very recently.
Yeah.
I started that in January. Actually, I had a couple of businesses before that, and then I was like, I went through like a lot of businesses, to be honest. I started with just selling drawings at first, and then I got bored, and then I was like, okay, let's do something else. And then I started researching into like what else I can do from my home, because I wanted to work, but I have a problem. Like, I can't work on someone else's time.
No,
it has to be my time. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's not like being picky or anything. It's just how it is for me.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted something flexible. I can work from home and stuff. So I joined Avon.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because that's the only, common work from home thing.
Yeah.
I tried that for a couple of months, and then I was just like, okay, yeah, this is not working.
No.
You need to be in a very big city for this to work, like London or something. Yeah. And then I did subscription boxes. So I went and got like custom boxes, then went around Plymouth and just sourced local items and sold the boxes for £10, and I'd make a profit out of them. Did that for a while, for 3 months. It was going well. I was like, oh wow, this is it.
Actually working, yeah.
And then after 3 months, it just died, and I tried promoting it, and
Just didn't work.
Yeah, I was like, okay, maybe it's time to try something else. And then I remember I did something before I did the clothing. Oh yeah, I had Clio, which was an accessory store, and I would source accessories and sell them. And it worked really nicely, actually. Like, I was quite surprised. That went on for 6 months, and I was making a very good profit out of that. But then I just got bored because I didn't have a say in the accessories. I would just buy them off suppliers.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I could just design my own accessories, that would be really nice. Just like my touch. Yeah, so I got bored of that because it wasn't really me. And then lastly, which is January this year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start what I always wanted to start, which was a clothing line.
Yeah.
That's what I currently have. Yeah, it's not doing that well, but I'm sticking with it because it's been a dream forever.
I guess if it's something you're passionate about, it's worth pursuing in that sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's like you were saying, you don't like working on other people's time. Like, I'm the same. Like, I've had loads of jobs in the past, just part-time to earn money.
Yeah.
I just hate being, I don't know, boxed up in one place for a set amount of hours and stuff like that. It's just,
exactly.
It bugs me.
Exactly.
So that's kind of why I'm trying to do my own thing. But
go for it.
Yeah.
Go. You never know what can happen,
Exactly.
honestly. It's crazy. Opportunities come up like in a day, Like one of the opportunities that came up for me for the fashion side of things, like my Instagram, I don't really take it as a career. So I'm not that fixated on like, oh, I want to make money off of my Instagram. It's not like that. Because it started with me just taking pictures when I used to go out with my friends and uploading them. And that's it. Like, that's all I wanted to do. So it wasn't really like, oh, I want to get into fashion or anything like that. And then just like, here I am.
You've got like 15,000 followers, haven't you?
Yeah.
How did you amass that?
Honestly, I have no idea. I ask my followers, like, why do you follow me? Like, what did I do?
Yeah.
It's just shocking. And I think it's easy. Well, it's not really that easy to gain followers, but I think it became more common that if you like someone, you just follow them. Before it was like there had to be a purpose why you're following them. Like, I follow them because I like this and this. Now it's just like you follow a bunch of people for their clothes or something like that. Yeah, it's interesting how it changed over the years. But yeah, I kind of forgot where I was going. I was talking about something. Yeah.
Sorry, we'll move on so you can think about it. So where do you see sort of the clothing line going? Do you want to continue that for...
The clothing line?
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to continue that. I really, really like it. I get to have a lot of say in it. I design all of the stuff. I work with some designers. I'm currently working with an Egyptian graphic designer. So I'm trying to because I'm moving back to Egypt, so I'm trying to link with the creatives in Egypt.
Yeah.
Because I have to think about the shift from here to there. So yeah, I'm working with one of I think he's really good. He's going to be, I'm sure he's going to be big for sure. Yeah. We're working on a shirt design, so it might be coming out in May, and along with the summer collection. So I'm excited for that, and I'm currently working on that.
Nice.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'll see where it goes. Hopefully it becomes successful. That would be nice. Yeah.
So you're shifting to Egypt with the company as well.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's where I'm gonna end up. I know that, and I have a lot of really good creatives in Egypt. So it's good connections to have when you're doing something creative. Is to network. They always talk about networking. This is my network. Yeah. Most of my connections are in Egypt, so I'm excited to go back in July and see how far I can take this. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. You say it's all about network. This is kind of what I'm doing with the podcast. It's this is just me networking, really.
Yeah, honestly, it's such a great idea. Yeah. I love it.
Because it's better than, I don't know, it's just an interesting way to get to know someone and get yourself out there. So
definitely. It's good exposure, and I think there's a lot of creatives in Plymouth that need the platform.
Exactly.
And I think you can be one of the platforms. You know?
That's what I thought, because we have we have 3 universities, and one's an art college, and you just don't. I just don't hear much from the creatives in the city, which is a bit strange. But I think it's something to do with the exposure, and
I'm sure it is. I'm sure there's actually I worked with a lot of photographers from Plymouth College of Art and some from Plymouth University, and it's just crazy. There's so much to see, but you don't see it. It's so when you're in the city, it's so quiet. People don't talk about it, and I kind of blame it on the artists themselves, because if you're an artist, the only way to make it is to put yourself out there. Yeah. It's not going to come to you.
No.
Yeah, you're going to have to go out, do things. Yeah.
And I think artists can be, I don't know, sort of one-track minded and not think sort of, I don't know, they can't think about their marketing and stuff like that. They concentrate solely on what they do, and they can, I don't know, it can hinder them sometimes. Definitely. Where it's they think they're too good for something, but
you're never too good for something. Go try it out, see it.
Take every opportunity you can.
Definitely.
That's kind of what I've been trying to do anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think I say this a lot, but the internet's it plays a massive part in allowing people to pursue creative things, I thought.
Yeah, definitely. I remembered what I was.
Okay.
It was opportunities. I was talking about opportunities and how they can come in overnight. Honestly, I just post pictures. I don't work with any big companies. If I promote a company, it's because I like entrepreneurs and I like local businesses. So most of the people I promote are either local businesses or entrepreneurs, people starting their own stuff. So yeah, I was just chilling at the Barbican one day, and then I get a message from London Modest Fashion Week, and they're like, "You're invited." And I'm just like,
oh, wow.
What? What? No way. I was freaking out. I was like, no way. Oh my God, I need to buy clothes. I need an outfit. The first thought I had. Yeah, that was insane. And then I went. It was crazy. There were a lot of the big modest bloggers. It was just like, wow, this is crazy. Lindsay Lohan was there.
Really?
Yeah, she was sitting opposite me on the runway. I was like, wow. Oh my God, where am I? I cannot believe I'm here. It was such a good experience.
That's wild.
And that just came like overnight.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. I was planning to go in this year too, but they postponed it. It's usually in April. They postponed it to September, I think.
Oh, okay.
And my visa ends in September.
Oh, no.
So I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Do it again, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was a good experience.
I bet, yeah. So that just come out. Do you know how they found you at all? Or was it just...
I actually have no idea. I never asked them. I think the person who runs the account, the official account, follows a lot of people I follow as well. So I think she found me through like followers and mutuals and stuff like that. And she just invited me. I was like, wow, okay, I'm coming. Because 15K compared to like other modest bloggers is not that much.
No,
really.
No, yeah. But it's a lot. It's a lot compared to the normal
It's
person.
a start.
Yeah, it's a start, definitely.
For sure. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. It's verging on sort of influencer territory, I guess. Micro-influencer.
Yeah.
Would that be a path you would...
I'm always going to do this. I think so. As long as I can. I think it depends. I think like right now, there's not much... How can I explain this? Like, it's different when you're a teenager, I guess, or like young 20s like that. You have a lot of time. Yeah. And we don't notice that time. I noticed it and I put it through like my Instagram. Like I said, I always like to be doing something. So this is my way of constantly doing something. Yeah. I'm constantly talking to people, constantly trying to come up with like events. When I went back in the summer in Egypt, I did my own social club. Like I never had this, like when I first came here, this idea of societies and sport clubs and all of that was new to me. Mm-hmm. And I really liked it. I was like, wow, you can actually like get a group of people together who like the same thing. I should take that back home with me. Yeah. So when I went back in the summer, I was like, let's do a social club so we can get to know like the creatives in the city. And Egypt is massive. Like it's so, wow. Mm-hmm. Like Cairo on its own is huge. I'm assuming it is way bigger than London. It's like if you drive 2 hours in any direction, you're in a different vibe. You're in a different kind of people, different style, different everything. It's like you traveled. Yeah. So I was like, let's try to connect the creatives with each other. I'm gonna start a social club, and I talked to a couple of people I knew already in Egypt, who kind of do the same thing like on Instagram and stuff. Yeah. And we met a couple of times. It was going really nice. I really liked it. And through that, I also made friends. And it was really interesting. Like you always have to be connecting with people. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I took that back with me to Egypt. Again, I was talking about something. I always rant. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I always rant and forget what I was actually talking about.
No, I'm the exact same. I can't keep a I think of something then.
Right?
It's kind of pressure as well being on this as well.
Yeah,
I guess.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah, but that was interesting.
Yeah. I guess I guess it's weird how you hadn't ever heard of sort of the social group thing, being from...
Yeah, like in school we had like art club and stuff, but that was like to work on your work.
Yeah, it would just be school thing.
And you already knew the people, so it wasn't really like to get to know new people. But when I came here, I was like, oh, I really, really like that, especially like doing socials and stuff. That was so cool.
Yeah, that's what that's kind of like what I want to do. I guess that would benefit. I think in Plymouth would be a creative group of people, not tied to like a university, but just something where people can collaborate and stuff.
It's so nice, and we did things that not necessarily something creative, but we just go out and have lunch together or go karting together. Yeah. It's fun things like that. We made memories out of that, and I think that was really nice.
Yeah. It does. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Well, what else I've lost track.
Me too, honestly. Me too. I was talking about something I just forgot.
With so how old are you at the moment?
I'm 21.
21,
I just turned 21 in January.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm 22, so we're around the same age. Yeah.
It's a nice age. I love this age. I wish I could stay like this young forever.
It's good because it's like, I don't have many pressures at the moment. And it's like, I can kind of do what I want.
Exactly.
But you were saying that earlier, it's like different being like young and you can do things.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was saying that right now, having like a creative side is in this, like our age, this is perfect to have a creative side and pursue that. Because once you get into like, I don't know, marriage or having kids or something like that, then your lifestyle changes a little because it's not you anymore. No, it's the kids, it's the family, and you just get distracted with all of that. So I feel like this is the best time to have a creative side. Like this age is perfect. Obviously, I'm not limiting myself to only this age. You can always pursue it. Like way further, but
it's harder. It gets harder.
It's harder, of course, and you just lose track. Like it doesn't become a priority anymore or something interesting anymore because you have bigger things to deal with. And then you have work and all that stuff. This is perfect. Yeah, it does get in the way.
But then I think pursuing it at this age, it could potentially turn into something that could be your work.
It could be career for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
And I think a lot of people don't take that risk because they're obviously pressured by society to get a job and get like on the career ladder, I guess. But I follow this guy. I think you probably he's called Gary Vaynerchuk. No. I don't know if you know who he is, but I'd recommend follow him because he's like this like social media guru.
Yeah.
And he basically he just pushes a lot of like working, being sort of doing what makes you happy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just being able to monetize your passions and stuff like that.
Definitely. I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that. Like, when I was like choosing a university and stuff, everyone was telling me, oh, look at the rankings and stuff. And I was like, I really like, if it's rankings and stuff like that, I would have been in a different university. But I was like, no, I don't only care about that. And I think a big part of that comes from the really like horrible year I had with my OCD. And I was just like, it's really not worth it to ruin your mental health and your life for something like school or work or something you're technically kind of like the idea is forced upon you. Or you have to get good grades to get to a good university so you can have a good job. And my school made it like, it's like, oh, if you don't get good grades, it's the end of the world.
You're going to be homeless for the rest of your life. Like,
exactly. I have friends who got like Fs and Gs in their IGs, and they're doing double majors in Canada right now, and they're doing amazing. Yeah. Amazing. They're like on the honors list, and they're killing it. Yeah. And I was like, see, it's not the end of the world. If you want to do something, you will do it. Yeah. And so I'm with the whole like doing something you love, because it can definitely turn into a career. You can definitely make money out of anything these days.
You can these days with the internet, definitely. Yeah. and work takes up. It's going to take up most of your life, so you might as well be doing something you enjoy.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I did go into accounting and finance, but I only did that because I could do accounting in my sleep.
Yeah.
It's just something I'm really good at. So I was like, I'm not gonna, like, it's not gonna take a toll on me with studying and all of that stuff, because I'm good at it. So I was like, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do my creative side, and this is something I love, and this is something I'm good at, so it's gonna be easy for me and easy on my mental health. It was like my mental health is like the number one priority to me. I don't care about the rankings. I don't care about anything. I was like, I always wanted a uni next to the sea, so if I want to relax, I can go relax. You know, it was always like that. I want a modern university so I can feel like, oh, I am part of the future. I am a creative person. This was all to do with my mental health and has nothing to do with anything else, honestly. I just wanted to take care of myself. And I was like, that's the best way to do it. And then my dad was like, oh, are you going to get like an ACCA certificate, which is like a certified accountancy? And I was like, yeah, no, because I'm not planning on sticking to that field. Yeah. I think I'm gonna always work hard to like make my own business, whether it's a clothing line or it changes in a couple of months. God knows these days. I change every like couple of months to something, but until it works, until something something I can survive off, I make a good income out of it, and that would be my work. That would be amazing. And I'm constantly going to work hard for that. No,
that's good. That's good. It's good to I guess it's good to taste different things and see what you're good at. What sort of lines being successful and something you enjoy. Just merging those two, because I've started loads, since, I don't know, when I was 16 or whatever, I've started loads of things I wanted. Little projects, naming things, and then I get bored of it, or I get cringe out at some of the stuff.
Exactly. Sometimes you grow out of it. You're I don't want to do that anymore. I want to try something else, and I think that's the best thing ever. Keep trying.
We like I said, between these ages to I guess 30 years old, maybe even a little bit further than that, you've got time to do it.
You've got time. Definitely, you've got time. And honestly, even if you don't have time, just do it. What do you have to lose?
You can always make time, because a lot of people say they don't have time, but
nah, I don't believe that.
No, because you can stop, I don't know, scrolling through your Facebook for an hour, stop watching Game of Thrones or whatever.
Exactly, and if you want to do something, you can do it.
Exactly. If you really want to do it,
for sure,
you will find time.
For sure.
Yeah. It's because I don't know. It's there's small pressures on me at the moment to not massive, because at the minute I've come back from uni, I'm living at home. It's free, it's for free, so I don't have to pay rent. So it's I don't, because I had a job for a bit while I was back. I earned a good amount, and I was like, I'll quit, and then just do this full on, try and get something going. But then there's still little pressures from your parents, that you don't know how they're viewing you, but it doesn't bother me too much. And then I don't know, it having, I don't I've just got a girlfriend as well, and it's maybe the pressure of maybe she wants a different life, more stable or something that.
I understand where you're coming from now.
It's do I have to think about having a job soon, and then just so
I think people always want to pursue something they like, but the pressures, I'm not going to even say society, but the pressures of life, you need to have an income. That's the pressure. That's the problem here, is that I want to do something I love, but I want that to make money for me so I can live off of it. It's not it's not being a gold digger or greedy or something like that. No, I just want to live off of something I like doing. And I think that's the biggest pressure when it comes to doing something creative, is just making money that you can live off and live well, basically. But money comes and goes. You can be working at a company and the next day they don't need you anymore.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I think opportunities come and go.
You
never know.
And I was going to say something then, but I forgot. But like you said, even something that people would consider a stable job can sometimes just go, and nothing's ever permanent, I guess.
I
don't know. it's
It's interesting to figure it out. You know? You have to do it yourself, though. It's not, if I tell you go do this, it might not work for you, but it worked for me. You know? I think it's one of those things in life where you just have to do it yourself and see where it goes.
There's no sort of right answer for for everyone. Everyone's got their own sort of thing they need to do. And with me, I know with mine, I think I know it's going to take a bit of time before something gets going.
Everything takes time.
Yeah. And because you can sometimes be distracted by, I guess these days, social media, you see overnight successes, I guess, but they're not really overnight. No, they seem that way.
Nothing is overnight. No. Everyone who was overnight success put a lot of effort in it. You cannot just make it in one day, or else so many people would have done that, you know.
Exactly.
It's not that easy. It takes years of effort and work and saying yes to opportunities. Like, I take on a lot of opportunities where I don't get paid for it. And my mom was like, no, tell them to pay you. I'm like, Mom, it's not like that. This is not like, thank God that I can live well right now, thanks to my dad. But I can say yes to the opportunity because I'm not really, if I don't get paid, I'm not going to struggle that much. And I'm lucky. This is a privilege to have. So I was like, no, you'd say yes to the opportunities at first. Take the opportunity. Go, check it out. You might know one person from there. For example, when I went to the Fashion Week thing, I met so many people who were just telling me, I had to print business cards for this though. They were telling me, please come to our school. It was like small things. Come to our school, give a talk about wearing the headscarf, give a talk about this, give a talk about that. I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Got interviewed by a couple of magazines from France. They were like, oh, we're doing this for our dissertation, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, sure. Can we interview you? I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know about what, but let's do it. Just say yes. Take the opportunity. And then that can grow into something. For example, when I was there and I was just saying yes to everyone who came up to me and told me, can you do this? Can you do that? I was like, yeah. A photographer came up to me and she was like, can I take your picture? I was like, yeah. And I didn't think it was it's not a big deal. I thought it was just someone covering the event. And then after she took the picture, I asked her, I was like, what magazine is this for? And she's like, Vogue. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like freaking out. And I'm just like, play it cool. Pretend this is normal. Normal. Pretend this happens to you all the time. I'm like, oh, really? She's like, yeah. I was like, okay, thank you. In my head, I went on my phone and I'm messaging my sister. I'm like, oh my God, you do not understand what happened to me. And then 6 months later, the same photographer, bless her, she contacted a couple of girls from the event, and those girls were in London. And then she messaged me. And she was like, can you come to London for another photo shoot and you'll get paid for it, this amount? And I was like, no way this just happened. I was shocked. I was like, wow. It was my first ever paid photo shoot. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to come. Even though the amount she paid me is just enough to cover my travel. My stay in London. I was like, I don't care, I'm going. And I called my dad, I'm like, guess what? I'm going to be on Getty Images. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, and that got published into Dazed magazine.
Oh, really?
And it was the cover for a Spotify playlist called Muslim Vibes. And everyone was just screenshotting. All my friends screenshotting it and like, you're on Spotify, you're on Spotify. And I was like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you never know. This is just saying yes to an opportunity.
Exactly. Small things just amount to those. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's good. You just say yes, honestly. That's how you make it.
You had a small, time you felt like a celebrity, I guess.
Oh, that was amazing. That's such a good feeling, honestly.
I bet.
But it's a lot of work. It gave me a taste of what it's like to be like on location, taking pictures. It was such a long photo shoot. It was, I don't know, it was interesting. Like, it gave me a taste. It's not something, I don't think it's something I can do forever. Like, it's tiring. And I feel like that's why when I came back from like this experience, I was like, wow, like everyone who's doing fashion, everyone who's an influencer, it's not just posting pictures. No. There's so much work that goes behind those pictures. And it's amazing to get to see that side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciated it more, I guess.
Yeah, because people can, I guess, hate on influencers a lot by saying it's easy.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
you can't just...
if it's easy, go and do it yourself.
They've amassed followers somehow. And
yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely.
It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else I want to... what sort of... how do you see, I guess, yourself in 5-10 years from now?
Man, I don't even know what's gonna happen after July. Oh my God, like the shift from uni to work is, I don't know what's gonna happen in July actually. Because my dad, I worked at a bank for a bit and I really liked it. I actually enjoyed it a lot. It was one of like the big banks in Egypt and I was in the headquarters and I was very lucky to get that position. It was amazing. I enjoyed it, to be honest, but it was also like, it was kind of boring, I guess. Like the work itself was easy to the point where it's like boring.
Tedious.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, this is kind of like routine-ish. And I think having like my creative side would break that. So I don't mind getting into that kind of like career path because I always have the creative side to like break the routine.
Yeah.
So recently my dad was like, send me your CV. I'll send it around to a couple of people I know. Excuse me. And we'll see like where I can get you a job and stuff. Obviously, I wouldn't say the only way to get a job in the Middle East, but at some point, while getting a job, you need a connection.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is everywhere. Also here, it happens here, but it's just way more low key than back home. Back home, it's kind of obvious, like, oh, you got the job through your dad.
Yeah.
But it sounds bad here, but it's actually like normal back home.
Okay,
Everyone gets a job through a family member or a connection or someone, you know.
I think that happens.
Yeah, and I feel like it happens here too, because a lot of like Egyptians, I say, or Middle Easterns think that, in the West it's more like perfect. It's more like the rules, you follow the rules and you don't break them, and they don't have this kind of like connections, because sometimes connections put people who have the qualities to get the job, like they don't get, like the person who has the connection gets the job and the person who is qualified for it doesn't get the job.
Yeah.
This can happen in a lot of situations. So the people who are against this whole connection thing are the people who miss out on the opportunity because of someone else who has the connection. I know a lot of people who went through this. But the same thing happens here.
Yeah.
I know people here who got a connection because they just helped out the manager or something. Okay, that is a connection. You got that, you know. You didn't really do something, wow, anyone could have helped that person, but it just happens to be you. And now you have deeper connection with that person. So obviously you're going to get a raise or you're going to get a better connection. I feel it happens.
It does.
But it's just more low-key here.
Yeah, and it depends what industry, because...
Yeah, of course.
I found... Because I studied film and screen studies at uni, and I found the film, television is all about who you know. Yeah.
It's all connections. This is why here they tell you network. This is what they mean.
Yeah.
Build your connections because you're going to need them.
Yeah.
Back home, it's just the culture. That's the culture.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. I think it's because there are more people. It's more populated, I guess, and it's more in dense areas. So it's just little, like there are not enough jobs for that amount of people. So it's like constant fights about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked at the bank. Going back to the story, I worked at the bank for a while. I liked it. So in July, I think I'm gonna be doing something along the financial service sector, something like that, banking or I don't know, something close to it, but nothing like super accounting-ish. Yeah, and I don't know. I might go back to Egypt. I might end up in Dubai. I know I want to go back to the Middle East. Yeah. I tried getting a job here. It's not that easy for an international.
Oh no, I bet. Yeah.
No, because they give priority to British citizens and then EU citizens, and then if they can't find a British citizen or an EU citizen, then it's a international person. Yeah. And that's only like, this is the case, happens at super high levels, like, you know, senior management, I guess, 40 years of experience, something like that. That's when you cannot find a British citizen who has 40 years of experience in this field, so you have to find someone else.
Yeah.
So, but for undergrads, no, man, it's a big market. Everyone has a degree. It's crazy. Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna go back to the Middle East, and I like it there anyway. So it's not like I don't know why people when they say, "Oh, I'm gonna go back," it sounds
like you're taking a step back.
Yeah, it's not actually. It's not. It's not.
It just depends where you are at in you as a person, I guess.
Definitely. A lot of people look at the Middle East like a restriction because you cannot do this and you cannot do that, but like everywhere has rules. Everywhere has rules. You're not gonna run from the rules. You just need the smart people work their way around it. How to do what you want to do without getting into trouble, I guess, or breaking the rules. How to do that, and I feel with limitations, you become more creative. Yeah. And with limitations, your story becomes better. It's easy for someone, I'll give like a stupid example. Someone like in Hollywood or something, and they want to be an actor or an actress, and they work their way and they make it, and okay, fine, but you had all the resources to do that. But someone like Mohamed Salah.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Yeah. Wow, perfect. Like Salah, for example, he came from literally a tiny village in Egypt. His story is a bit more, like I would say, meaningful because he came literally from nowhere. Yeah. And now he's playing like he's one of the biggest footballers.
One of the best.
Crazy. It's crazy. So I feel limitations make your story better, and it drives you to like, you know what? I actually want to prove everyone wrong. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know.
It's more rewarding, I guess. I
guess. And it's more, I don't know. It's like, it's just, it makes you want it more. Yeah. When you're limited, you find better ways to do something, I guess, and it makes you more creative, and you just want to make it to tell people, I did it. Definitely. I did it, and I did it in this kind of situation, so you can do anything. And that motivates me. Like when I go back, it's not like I'm not looking at it as a limitation. I'm looking at it like an opportunity.
Challenge.
A challenge, I guess. And an opportunity to show, like, especially younger people in Egypt who are so demotivated. They're like, I cannot do this because we don't have the resources. We don't have that. No, we have it. You just don't want to work hard enough to find it. Yeah. Just work hard enough. You'll get it. Yeah, that's it. So I'm excited to go back. It would be nice to see what I can do there.
Yeah. Sounds exciting. I think that's like a good place to end, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on anyway.
Thank you. It's a good opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that was probably my favorite one so far.
Bless.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time.